You know, this is a great time of year, folks. If I seem like I'm in a good mood tonight, there's a reason for it. I'm a moviegoer, and this is the best time of the year to go to the movies. It's summer. Studios roll out one giant hit after another. Like, you can't go wrong. And the only problem is that there are so many movies, and a lot of us, you know, tickets expensive. You can't go to every one. It's hard to know which ones are worth seeing, which ones are better than the others. That's why from time to time, I like to help our viewers out by reviewing the current films, because I know everyone respects my opinion. Anyway, today, no. You had your chance. So today I thought I'd ask one of my guests on the program to help me review movies. So, Tara McClane, Bernie Mac, Roger Ebert, what do you think? Should we try Roger Ebert? Let's try Roger Ebert. Let's get him out here first. Roger Ebert, can you play? Okay. Now, I've never done this before. I never really reviewed movies with you, so, you know, go easy. All right. Now, we're going to look at all the new films. Yes. We'll each give our opinions, and we'll see. And I think this is really going to help people.
Yes, it will.
Okay, thanks for pretending that it will. Let's sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. I put my name first in the title. I hope that's not a problem.
Okay, let's see how it sounds.
Conan and Roger on the Aisle. Don't you love that music?
I think they'll be humming it on Broadway tonight.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the pity, pal. All right, folks. It's time for our first feature. Let's discuss it. The Patriot. Folks, it's the Revolutionary War drama starring Mel Gibson, and it's pretty amazing. The battle scenes alone are worth the price of admission.
Well, up to a point, I agree, Conan, but I have to say I thought the film was lacking in a certain historical accuracy. Like, for example, that scene where Mel Gibson is speaking out against the war.
Right, I know that scene. I remember that, yeah. Mel Gibson cracks a joke, and he gets a nice response from the crowd, you know, in the 1700s. But there was something about that scene that just didn't ring true, historically speaking, and it kind of took me out of the movie. Sounds like it took you out of the movie, too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this clip. I think you'll know what I'm talking about.
We are citizens of an American nation, and our rights are being threatened by a tyrant 3,000 miles away.
Would you tell me, please, Mr. Howard, why should I trade one tyrant 3,000 miles away for 3,000 tyrants 1 mile away? An elected legislature can trample a man's rights as easily as a king can.
I mean, it bothered me.
Yeah, it was distracting.
Distracting, it didn't feel real.
It felt like a continuity error of some sort.
Yeah, they should fix that before anyone sees the movie. Our next feature is Space Cowboys. It's got Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, James Garner, and Donald Sutherland all blasting off into space. What a great idea for a movie.
Well, it is a great idea in a summer dominated by movies for teenagers, but I think the studio tried to cash in this time on a film aimed at an older audience, and that caused a certain amount of problems.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The whole goal of their mission, the whole purpose of their mission, it should have been something lofty and exciting. Instead, the screenwriters felt they had to cater to an older audience, and I thought it made the whole mission very disappointing. Take a look.
2,200 feet.
Let's light him up.
Roger, Hawk, we have a visual here.
Get ready to deploy the arm.
Deploying the arm. Dead center. Good driving up there, Hawk.
And I know, and then the rest of the movie is these guys gumming their applesauce.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
For
And then,
another 50 minutes.
And then they risk their lives going back for the prune juice.
I just thought... If you're going to start ad-libbing, I'm leaving. This is not professional.
So how did that scene make you feel, Conan?
We're theater critics, damn it. We can't fool around. Our next feature tonight, our next feature is The Five Senses. This is a small movie starring Mary Louise Parker as an artist who gets involved with an Italian stud who speaks no English. I found the movie pretty interesting.
I loved it too, Conan. I'm a real fan of Mary Louise Parker's. But, you know, in one respect, I feel it missed the mark. They cast this unknown Italian actor as the male lead, and he clearly had some kind of an attitude.
He had a big attitude. Yeah, I guess it's, I mean, there really was horrible chemistry between this sort of angry Italian actor and Mary Louise Parker. I mean, she looked pretty annoyed in some scenes with this guy, who I thought was pretty rude. Take a look.
They don't have to. Sapore non importante. They just have to look good.
No. Sapore è molto importante. Non è una scultura che si deve vedere solamente. Non è una scultura, è un dolce che serve. Vedere bene e sapore bene.
No respect.
No respect at all.
No.
Actors should treat each other better. Terrible. Terrible. Our next feature is Blood Simple. Now, of course, this is the director's cut of the Coen brothers' first film, released way back in 1984. Now, you can see the skills present in this movie that would make later films like Fargo so memorable. And they're already all in display in this film, which is terrific.
Yes. I loved it too. In fact, I gave it 4 stars when it first came out. But the director's cut reveals that while they shot a great movie, I think when they got to the editing room and re-edited it for this director's cut, I think they suddenly got carried away by the editing tricks that were at their disposal, and they were like kids in a candy store.
Yeah. I guess they did make some weird choices in the edit room because they were inexperienced, they were having a good time, and they were just hitting every button they could, and, well, it wasn't right. Take a look.
Okay.
The nuts out there.
You don't like that, do you?
I'll tell you, I like the editing of the old-fashioned editing of the first version better than this.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Disgraceful. Our next feature is The Perfect Storm. Now, I love this movie. The story, dialogue were great. Special effects were spectacular. Filming on the high seas must have been very difficult. I feel bad for those actors.
Well, you're wrong there, Carrot Top, because this movie was not shot on the high seas. It was shot on a soundstage. The boat was surrounded by a giant blue screen, and then they projected the high seas footage behind the boat. It's a technique they use all the time in modern movies, and you should know that, but usually it's done better than it is in this movie.
You're an angry guy.
Well,
You know, you were ad-libbing. Now that you mention it.
no, I wasn't.
Now that you mention it, there were problems with that blue screen technology. I especially wish they'd been more consistent
Yes.
with it. I think they screwed up a little. Take a look at this clip.
Okay. found it distracting.
Yeah, 2 Teletubbies were killed. Our last feature tonight is Disney's The Kid. Bruce Willis stars as a man who meets a little boy who turns out to be Bruce Willis himself as a child. It's a great premise, and the film really delivers the goods.
Yeah, you know, Bruce Willis really is underrated as an actor. I had one problem, though, with the scene where Bruce Willis and the kid discover that they're the same person.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They start in this scene comparing birthmarks and scars, which in theory is a clever device. I think they just took it way too far. Take a look.
Mother's name is Gloria. Your father's name is Sam.
How do you know all that?
Your sister's name is Joanne.
But everybody calls her Josie.
I don't think so either. The nipple ring was good, though. All right, well, I hope this was somewhat helpful for people out there. I want to thank Roger. Thank you very much for helping us with that.
Real pleasure for being here.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll be joined by Roger Ebert and, of course, Richard Roper. So stick around.